So this is the third lesson in second steps. If you remember in our last lesson, we learned about how to grow our brains and those scientific pathways that build our brain and make them grow. Does anyone remember what those are called? If you do, go ahead and answer that question on Edpuzzle, and then you will continue. So today in this lesson, we're going to be trying new strategies. So we're going to be talking about how we can adjust our strategies for learning something new when we feel like giving up. Think about a time where you tried to learn something new but felt like giving up. What was it and why did you feel that way? Go ahead and fill it out, then you'll continue. So it's really interesting to see all the skills and things that you've tried and felt like giving up on. Well, today we're going to try to learn some strategies that will help us not give up and persevere through that feeling. So the formula for learning. First, I want you to think about, how does hard work help you learn? And what can you do if you're working hard and you're still not getting it? We actually have a formula for this that helps us get to that powerful learning where we're learning all these new things and growing our brain. And this includes hard work, good strategies, and help from others. You may have said help from others is something that helps you when you feel like you're giving up. And that's something that's really common because usually we lean on others for support when we are feeling that way. And it's perfectly normal to have those feelings. It's just how we address it that matters. So when we're getting help, how do we get that help that we need? So what are some strategies that you have used so far that when something didn't work for you and you were having trouble, what did you do? And then who are some people that you went to for help if you used others? Now we're going to look at the situation. We're going to look at this problem that Maria is having, and we're going to see what could she have done differently to help her persevere through learning how to skateboard. So what could happen? Maria is trying to learn to skateboard, but every time she gets on the board, she falls. She's frustrated and she doesn't feel like she's getting any better. What could happen if she gives up? Go ahead and list what you think would happen if she gave up. Here's the answers that it gave us that could have happened. She would never learn how to skateboard, she'd feel bad about herself, or she might not want to learn anything difficult in the future. So if you think about it, if you give up once when you get something hard that's really hard to do, you end up feeling like it's really easy to give up, and it's better for you if you just give up because all that hard work, you don't have to do it. But really, look at all the things that she missed out on by not being able to do it or by giving up. How to keep going. Instead of giving up skateboarding, how could Maria have changed her strategy? Go ahead and list the strategies you think she could have used, and then we're going to review the strategies they suggest. So, new strategies. They said that she could skate with someone else for moral support, tell herself falling and making mistakes is part of learning, skate somewhere new, get help from an experienced skater, and watch online videos on learning how to skateboard. Which I think all these things are really great and they do help. For example, I had a student in my class the other day. He said that his four-wheeler was messed up and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. He got really angry, so he gave up and he went into the house and he decided, I'm not going to work on it no more. Well, eventually he realized, I really want to ride that four-wheeler and I don't want to give up. So he used the internet and he was Googling the type of four-wheeler and what it was doing. Eventually he found out that he had put the wrong type of oil in it. So then him and his dad went and bought the right oil and then they fixed it. If he had gave up, his four-wheeler wouldn't have been fixed. And so when he changed his strategy and changed his thinking, he was able to get over the task that he had gave up on and actually grow from that. So now instead of giving up, what I'm going to want you to do for this activity is you're going to have two scenarios. And for these two scenarios, you're going to be suggesting how they could change their strategy instead of giving up. So, for scenario 1, Piper is having trouble learning a list of vocabulary words in Spanish class. What could she do instead of giving up? How could they change their strategy? Okay, so now Abed is having difficulty learning how to create a video blog. How could he change his strategy instead of giving up? Now I want you to think back to when our warm-up question where you had put down a time that you felt like giving up. What are some strategies you could have used instead of giving up that helped you give, or what you did use that helped you keep going? Right after you're finished, you'll have another activity attached to this video. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.